Motivation. I used to think that this was bullshit. A couple days ago, I sat down with this woman, and she'd overseen the coaching of thousands of people in this very elite performance agency. And she said that across the board, all of the really successful people had one thing in common. They didn't need motivation to do what they needed to do. So I'd heard this before, so it still might be bullshit. But the reality is that it's a hell of a lot easier to do something if you have motivation. We're obviously not going to be motivated all the time to do everything that we need to do, but our odds of success go up if we're motivated more often. My name is Dr. Joshua Tanner. I was trained in medicine, AI, and data science at Stanford. And in this video, I'm going to talk about exactly how to harness motivation so that you can actually get what you want. And I'll explain how if you're not in control, other people can use that to take advantage of you. Motivation is linked to our perceived sense of deprivation. The greater the sense of deprivation of a thing, the greater our motivation to get that thing. So if we aren't in control of our sense of deprivation, then we're not in control of our motivation. And that means that somebody else can create that sense of deprivation within us, manufacture motivation. So if you're feeling deprived of your self-worth, then you are vulnerable to anything that promises you self-worth in exchange for something else. I've fallen into this trap a lot. I think if I can get something done and get it done well, then I'm worthy. And plenty of people fall into this trap and they get into the rat race where they're trying to get some promotion because that promotion means that they're worthy. So I'm going to tell you how I learned how to create motivation within myself, and hopefully it's helpful. Say I want something. The first thing that I do is recognize that desire isn't binary. It's not like a switch that you flip on and off. It exists along a spectrum. So one of the best things that I can do to increase my own odds of achievement is to do everything I can to increase that desire for the thing. And I do that by purposefully increasing my sense of deprivation of the thing. And I know some of you might be saying, well, it's not good to come from a place of lack or neediness. And I just want to be clear, that's really not what I'm talking about. The sense of deprivation, it doesn't have to be a negative thing. It's more like seeing an opportunity to create, like seeing a blank canvas and wanting to draw something. Okay, so the concrete things that I do to increase my sense of deprivation. Number one, I surround myself with people who have what I lack. And that's a hard thing to do because however I frame it, the sense of deprivation is not a comfortable feeling. So actually most of my friends are more successful than me. A lot of them are better connected than I am. They have fantastic businesses. They have skills that I don't have. If you're the biggest fish in your pond of friends, then you might feel like you have it all. But if your goal is to get from point A to point B, your odds of doing that in a small pool drop dramatically. And the second thing that I do is I'm pretty clear with my friends that I want them to call out the lack in me. If I'm not seeing something clearly or I'm making a questionable decision because I either lack the wisdom or the knowledge, I want them to call me out. I don't want them to let me go down this path without telling me first. They're basically saying, I think you lack this knowledge, this wisdom, which again is uncomfortable. But the alternative is that you're surrounded by a bunch of yes people, and you'll be 10 miles in a dead end before you even realize that something's wrong. All right, and the third thing that I do, and this one's pretty cool, is I curate content that reminds me of my lack. And that's linked to this powerful idea that beauty is threatening, that beauty can feel dangerous. There's a reason why forward thinkers or artists or vanguard people were ostracized back in the day or even killed for some of their ideas. And it's because if you produce something that's beautiful, truly beautiful, it puts your own lack in stark contrast. And people can't lie to themselves anymore. And you generally have one of two responses to that. You either pull back because it's threatening and you don't want anything to do with that, or you lean in. And to lean in, you need to recognize your own insufficiency, which is painful. But the plus side is that you have an opportunity to learn from that beautiful thing. And the fourth thing that I found that helps me to generate this motivation is to personally confront the lack regularly. And this could be checking your bank account if your goal is to earn more money. Or if you want to get fit, it's weighing yourself, keeping track of the weights that you are lifting. And just like the point of weightlifting is to send a message to your muscles that what they have is not enough. It's the same point here. We're trying to send a message to our psyche that what we have is not enough. Not from a self-worth point, but not enough to accomplish the tasks that we want to do, to live the life that we want to have. And perhaps the most important thing that I found that increases my motivation is to ruthlessly screen out anything that lowers my sense of deprivation of the thing that I want. And this is anything that temporarily fills the void. Distractions, social media, eating food because I'm bored. And the final thing that I'll say is, pay attention to anybody that's trying to increase your sense of deprivation. Whether they're doing it consciously or not, they're probably trying to increase your motivation to do something. It doesn't mean that that's wrong, but it does mean that you should be aware. Thanks for listening, and let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments.